Okay, so let's get this interview started, man. Just talk to me about your fight with Bruno in Brazil.
Bruno Menezes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my fight with Bruno was awesome. First, it was my first fight in Brazil, and I was very, very excited and happy to fight in Brazil for the first time. My MMA career, I started here in America, so to go to Brazil for my first fight was very exciting. And it was on TV, on national TV. My parents got to watch, all my friends got to watch, and it was a very good win. Bruno was a very well-known fighter in Brazil. A lot of people know him. He was fighting national TV as well, so it was a good win. I like that win a lot. And, very good win, a good name, a win of me, especially beating him. A lot of guys didn't know me in Brazil circuit. Now they do because of that win. So definitely good. And it was a very good fight. And I was able to. He was a very good. He came from a very good boxing school in Brazil, so I was able to stop his strike and take him down and do what I do best, finish the fight on the ground.
Okay, man, and when was the last time you were in Brazil before this fight?
Before the fight, my fight was in December. I was there in July. Yeah, it was a few months. I was in Brazil a few months before.
How often do you go back to Brazil?
Usually twice a year. Twice a year, once a year. Yeah. Try to go back, more than once every year.
And how old were you when you moved to the States?
I was 19 when I moved. That was November of 2004. And I've been living here ever since. Yeah.
Hey, man. So you have a fight coming up. Just talk about the fight.
Yes, I do. I was gonna fight. I was supposed to fight. What is his name? Forgot his name for a second. Yeah, but then I just heard. I think I don't know if it's public yet, but I think I think we'll change opponents. I think now I'm gonna be facing Cody Stevens, from Ohio. The guy was gonna fight first, Billy Vaughn. Yeah, this guy was gonna fight next week. I think Billy got injured. I just heard that I think a day ago. So Cody Stevens stepped up on his place. So that look forward. Kind of similar style. I think Billy was a little bit more. Kind of a bit more aggressive on the feet. The Corey looks very aggressive as well, so it's gonna be a good fight, man. I look forward. It's gonna be next week. Next Friday 13 for major fights in South Philadelphia. I'm ready. I've been training camp. Since my last fight. My last fight was short. It was only 3 minutes in the first round. So I left the fight in great shape. So I was able to go right back to training.
How tough is it to have a change opponent last minute like this?
Yeah, it kind of sucks, only 1 week notice, pretty much a week and a half notice, but then, it's actually not big change of style, kind of similar style, but I look forward to the fight, I'm being ready, so I train with a lot of different guys, so definitely, I just look forward to fight, no matter who I'm fighting.
You've had quite the good run in Bellator the last few years. Just talk about that, and are you looking to make your way back there?
Oh yes, man. Definitely got to thank Bellator, for the opportunity. When I was there fighting for them, they picked me up from the Elite when I was business, and then I had a great run, in Bellator. Great fights, my toughest fights was there, my only loss were there, and I got big wins, big name wins, and lost there I learned a lot from, and very excited, man. It was definitely a good run. Now I'm ready to fight outside Bellator. I had a fight in Brazil, and now I'm fighting for Matrix, and I look forward to get back in the bigger promotions, after this fight, and hopefully I can make my way back, and I definitely what I want to go now, I definitely want to be in the number one show in MMA. That's UFC. That's my priority right now. Try to get there.
Okay, and speaking of the UFC, they got a big fight this weekend. It's probably the biggest fight of the year. Anderson Silva, Chael Sonnen. Who do you think wins this one?
Definitely, not because I'm Brazilian. On the Brazilian side, I'm cheering for Anderson, but on the fighter side, I'm cheering for Anderson as well. I think he has all the weapons, to be anybody in the world. He's undefeated for 6 years now. It's not for accident, He's real good, and then he trained, I was watching a couple of footage of his training for this fight. I never see any other MMA athlete, train that way. So I think he's like very, very well trained for this fight, and I think he's gonna be able to finish Chael.
Okay, and the media is always reporting on how hated Chael Sonnen is in Brazil. Is that an accurate description of the citizens of Brazil's opinion on Chael Sonnen?
Yeah, I think so. I live here in Philadelphia, but then I kind of I don't know much what people think about him in Brazil, but I don't think I think they hate it now because all this, especially in the last countdown, he sees a lot of bad stuff, and he admit that he always talk bad about Brazil, and then he doesn't care what the Brazilians think, and I think they don't like him at all. But I don't know. I think whatever he's doing, he's doing good. It's good. It's a good way to promote and sell the fight. And then people that hate or love him gonna buy the pay-per-view. So that's what that matters.
Yeah, for sure, man. Okay, so just talk to me where you've been training for this fight and some of the guys you've been working with.
Hey man, so I was actually in Las Vegas filming the last season, the Tough Life for the first time. And while I was there, I was training with Alliance MMA guys, Dominick Cruz, Phil Davis, Ross Pearson, and all crew from San Diego. We brought all the best guys, from San Diego, Alliance MMA to Vegas, and also guys from Maryland, from Lloyd Irvin camp, from Maryland to Las Vegas as well. So we had great names, Mike Easton, all weights, and then. So that was the beginning of preparation pretty much. We were there for 3 months, and that was 3 months of coaching the tough, and then training ourselves every day, twice a day with all the best coaches. Eric Del Fiero, Adrian Melendez, and Doug Balzarini, the strength and conditioning coach for Alliance. So we have the best coaches, with us, and then around 30 fighters, all weights. So that was the beginning. So then after the show, I came back to Philadelphia, and then I came back to my MMA camp, Dallas Fight Camps. That's where I train with head coach Brad Edis, and I have Alexandre Popó that fights for Bellator. That's my main training partner and friend. So, and I have a lot of guys. I have a new guy from Brazil, Thiago Brown Belt. I have a Dilson Hayes, my twin brother. We have all guys, Brilliant, Anthony Morrison, Jackson, so many good names that train out of Brad Fight Camps. And then also on my jiu-jitsu, I always work on my jiu-jitsu, Gi at the BJ United and Tri-State Martial Arts. So I go to a few different places, but here in Philadelphia, my MMA house is Dallas Fight Camp with all my teammates and stuff, and then we had a best train every day.
If you could fight anyone in mixed martial arts, who would it be and why?
Who I'll fight?
Yeah, who would you like to fight? If you could have a fantasy fight against anyone in mixed martial arts, who would it be?
I don't know, man. I guess the number one contender in my weight class. I'm 135 pounds, and the number one contender is actually one of my good friends, Dominick Cruz. I definitely want to fight him. I guess number two be Urijah Faber. I would like to fight him someday for sure. That means I'm right up there with them. So I'm always looking forward. You definitely want to fight the best, so you can be in the best. The best position, the best show. So. As I don't have anybody particular that I want to fight. I just want to fight the best, so I can be in the best spot.
Okay, next Friday's your fight. Will this fight be at bantamweight?
Yes. There'll be a bantamweight, 135 pounds, weight class.
And have you ever had a problem with the weight cut?
No, never had a problem. I actually, around my career, I've been fighting since July of 2007. I've been in a few different weight classes. My first two fights, it was a catch weight, 150 pounds. And then from there, I moved to Elite XC. There was a catch weight as well. Elite XC has a different weight class. It was 140 pounds, 150. It was a little bit different. So then when I signed with Elite XC, I signed for 140 pounds. And from there to Bellator, I went up to 45. And now, since September of last year, I dropped to 135. And then, at first, my first cut was around 30 pounds. It was hard, but I had a great support of a great nutritionist, and then they helped me a lot make the weight. And So since that cut, it was easy. I have the whole plan, or the whole weight cut, like plan. So it's not hard. It's gotta be this plan.
Okay, so the UFC is trying to build up their 125-pound weight division. Would that ever be possible to try and drop that much weight to get down to 125?
No, definitely. I'm me and my camp, my coach and manager already been talking about it. I think, every time I make the cut to 135, it'll be easier, because I don't recover as much weight, because think like from my last fight, like from the first time I made 135, I didn't recover as much weight, but then because I fought 2 months afterwards. And then my last fight, it was in December, so now my next fight will be next week. So they kind of give me a 6-month break. So I put a little bit extra weight, so as long as I fight often, I should be able to, not gain as much weight, and drop, there's definitely my plans to make the cut to 125, in the future.
Okay, man, thanks for doing this. Would you like to promote any of your sponsors or throw out your Twitter or Facebook?
Thanks, Mike. Thank you for the opportunity, for the interview, and definitely I want to thank all my friends, all my teammates, and all my students, of BJ United and Tri-State Martial Arts, all my teammates and training partners for Daddy's Fight Camp, Alliance MMA, Lloyd Irving Martial Arts, and my always number one camp, Godoy Jiu-Jitsu Club in Brazil. And I just like to thank Bad Boy for my my main sponsor, and. I'm sure you guys watch my fight next week. I'm sure the fight's not going to be televised, I don't think, but I'm sure they're going to be on YouTube a few minutes later. So just watch out for next fight, July 13th. I'm ready. Can't wait to fight.
Awesome stuff. Thanks, man.
All right. Thank you, man. Thanks for the opportunity.
Okay, see ya.